Welcome everybody to Inside the Locker Room, episode 3 podcast with your hosts Big Time Tony and Old Dog Owen.
Yeah, I'm ready.
Only you, Owen.
That's right. All right. All right, Tony, we ready? Let's do this.
Yep. First, we're going to start with the breaking news. For some of you wrestling fans who might not know this, I believe this was on either Wednesday or Thursday. The wrestler from the Attitude Era known as Droz passed away. He was at the age of 55, I believe, or maybe just turning 55. He was the one that, for some reason, like to throw up in before the ring, his match and stuff like that. I just want to say condolences to his family and friends for him passing away. He's going to be missed. Other than that, that's one thing I have to say about that. I'll just putting that out there for those who are wrestling fans and who do know the wrestler. So that way everybody knows about him. So Owen, what's our first topic for the day, buddy?
Got NBA free agency. I am really looking forward to this topic. Big basketball fan. Have been ever since I was like 7 years old. Love basketball, so let's get into it.
This is going to be fun. So who's the first one on the topic?
All right, so just so you all know, I didn't list every single one because that would have been like a 3-hour podcast. There's been a lot of free agencies. I have a list. I got the 18 most notable that are the most important that everyone watching would recognize. Number 1. Now, he didn't sign with anybody yet, but this is definitely number 1 on the list. Damian Lillard requests a trade from the Portland Trail Blazers.
Yes. So, yeah, he requested the trade, and the team he wants to go to is the Miami Heat. But it's also interesting because Josh Hart of the Knicks is trying to also get the organization to actually trade for him as well.
Yes.
So this is going to be interesting to see how this is going to play out.
Yeah. I mean, so my buddy Jeff Walsh, shout out to Jeff Walsh if you're watching or if you're going to watch. He's a big Miami Heat fan, huge Miami Heat fan, biggest I know. For him, if he doesn't go to the Knicks, I hope he goes to Miami. My buddy's a Heat fan. He'll be happy. That's all I care about. Just if he doesn't go to the Knicks, go to Miami. I think he'd be a great fit in Miami or New York. He's a great fit in both, in my opinion. But shout out to Will Hughes if he's watching. He sent me. He showed me an article. There's a trade package planned if Dame were to come to New York, and it was RJ Barrett, Evan Fournier, and I believe a couple of picks to get Damian Lillard.
Okay.
Now that's like a trade scenario. That's like a huge trade scenario if that were to happen.
I would rather give up Randall than RJ Barrett.
I agree. But I mean, you know how I feel about Randall, but I do agree.
Yeah, I know how you feel about Randall. The same way the majority of us feels about Randall as well.
Yes.
So yeah, that part. I mean, it depends on where he wants to go. It's all up to him.
I mean, so I got an alert from Bleacher Report yesterday saying that his preferred destination is Miami. Look,
yes.
We're Knicks fans. We want to see him come to New York. But unfortunately, it really looks like he's going to Miami at this point.
That's if they could come to a reasonable trade.
Yeah. I mean, I know Portland is still in talks to try and get him to stay, but I honestly think Dame's finally made up his mind. I really think he's made up his mind. I think he's done with Portland. To be honest, frankly, I don't blame him. The guy's been in the league for what? I don't blame him. The guy's been in the league for, I think, over a decade now, and he hasn't won a ring.
they really haven't even made any effort to help give him help.
No, that's what I mean, man. Like they haven't done anything. Like they haven't gotten him any help. I mean, the closest help they ever got him was TJ McCollum, and then look what they did. Their dumbasses traded him away.
This is true.
I mean, what more can a player take that's easily a superstar caliber player, puts forth his effort year in and year out for a franchise that gives him no help?
I agree. I know the next trade that's actually was, I believe, finalized, which I'm not happy about. I'm pretty sure you're gonna not be happy about. Obi Toppin.
I have that on the list. Obi Toppin and the Pacers. What was it? 2 second rounders?
Yep, two second rounders.
I don't like that, man. I feel like we should have gotten first, at least one.
Well, that's Tom Thibodeau's fault
I know.
for basically not playing the guy.
Yeah.
So I mean, yeah, we could have probably gotten a first and a second rounder for him.
Yeah.
Um,
Look, I mean, sorry, Tony. Go ahead. I cut you off.
I just don't just. I'm just not happy with that trade. That I mean, I understand they're trying to get draft picks back from what they gave up, and for the draft picks they lost for the alleged tampering of Jalen Brunson. But I mean, you don't give up an up and coming star like Obi Toppin.
No. To be honest, in my opinion, I think he is a better fit than Randall.
He is.
He's a better fit. He plays better on the court. He's got more energy. He's got more. What's the word I'm looking for? More heart. And look, am I happy for Toppin? Yeah, because you know what? He's going to be really well utilized in Indiana.
Yes,
that guy's going to be starting for sure.
I'm just not happy. I just don't like it. I mean, they could have even gone small with Randall at the 5 and Toppin at the 4.
Yeah, absolutely.
But I mean, what can you do when you got a head coach that's refused to change his ways and continue to basically not utilize his young talent and just keep him on the bench?
Well, next up that I have on the list, number 2, is something I really don't agree with because I just don't like this player at all. LaMelo Ball agrees to a max extension.
Do we have to talk about the damn balls?
Dude, I don't like any of them, man. I don't think any of them are that good. They're overhyped. I'd never liked them.
Okay, who's next on the list?
Well, let me say one thing real quick. I hate the max extension because this guy was out for almost all of last year. Really? You paid that much money to have this guy back for 5 years who was out from pretty much all last year, and then when he does play, he's mediocre at best. All right, that's enough of my rant for that one.
Yeah, I don't even have anything to say on that one.
Nah. Number 3, I got Domantas Sabonis agrees to a 5-year, $217 million extension with the Indiana Pacers. I mean, Kings, sorry.
That's actually a good. I like that signing.
Oh, I love Sabonis. I'm a huge fan of Sabonis. I think that guy's freaking amazing. One of the best center/power forwards in the league, easily.
I mean, since they've had him, the Kings have actually kind of been pretty decent.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, look at the team they assembled last year. They did great.
I got a feeling within the next, I want to say, 3, maybe 4 years, they possibly could be a powerhouse in the West.
Absolutely. Give it time. They will.
That's only if they keep doing what they're doing.
Yeah.
If they revert back to the old Kings where they screwed everything up, then yeah, they're gonna be back to being a laughing stock. But if
like the beam.
Yeah. But if they keep going back at this rate, then I'll see them within the next 4 years as easily as a Western Conference powerhouse.
Absolutely. I mean, look, they gave Golden State a hard time this year. This past year. I mean, Kings played really well. I was impressed.
Who's next on the list?
We got number 4, Brooke Lopez, and the Bucks agreed to a deal, so he's just re-signing with the Bucks. I
Um,
like. Oh, go ahead, Tony.
I'm really not too crazy about that one. I mean, he's in his late 30s, I believe,
Yeah,
maybe mid 30s.
yeah, I think he's about mid 30s. I think he's like 30, 34, 35. Yeah,
I mean, it's good for him. It helps Giannis because it gives him another. It still gives him a shot blocker and help on the boards. But I mean, other than that, I mean, to me, that's really nothing that's major.
well, I like it because I've seen a lot of Bucks games this past year, and he's not bad for being as old as he is. He could shoot, he can rebound, and he could really shoot good. He could shoot threes. The guy's got range, especially as a center. I know, more with this day and age, you got a lot of centers taking threes now, but for a guy that can still rebound well, he can still score pretty decently. It helps Giannis a great deal. I like this. I like the re-signing. I never had a problem with Lopez. I always thought he was pretty decent.
Well, I never had a problem with him either. Um, he is better than his brother, his twin brother.
Oh my God, absolutely.
To me, that just really to me wasn't really a needle mover as far as deals. I mean,
Yeah,
I expected him to resign. I wasn't
yeah,
expecting him to go anywhere else. So yeah, I really wasn't that big of a deal on that one.
yeah. Next on the list we have honestly this is one of the most overhyped players of the past playoffs. He belongs to none other than LeBum and the Lakers. Number 5, Lakers reached deal with Austin Reeves. I see Tony's face. I put this guy on the list because you have to talk about it. You have to. This guy's so overhyped after one playoff run. Not even a run, a series.
Yeah, I need more. Need more body of work for even to me even to address that. One
It's
playoff
just
series is that's nothing.
It's just, I know. It's just, I had to talk about it just because he's so overhyped. Like, this guy had, like, a few good games in his, I think it was against Denver. No, I'm sorry. It was against Golden State. And all of a sudden, he was like the most talked about player on the Lakers since LeBron joined.
Yeah.
I don't get it.
If anybody can make sense, please comment.
Yeah, seriously. Help us out, guys. Seriously.
Because I am clueless on that one.
Yeah, me too. Number 6, we have Russell Westbrook returning to the Clippers. And now what really surprised me about this one, and this is going to come up in topic to the next one on the list, because it kind of opens the door for a certain player. Russell Westbrook signed a 2-year deal of not even up to the amount of $8 million on a 2-year contract. He did that for a reason, and I think I know who's coming to that team. Tony, can you take a guess?
No, I don't want to take a guess.
Guys, go ahead, Tony.
I do agree with the signing. I mean,
I do too.
Since he was, released and signed with the Clippers, he magically somehow kind of found his jump shot back. Not that he really had one. He did.
Yeah, the guy shoots bricks, Tony.
That's why I say not likely he actually had one.
The guy shoots bricks. He can't shoot.
But he did play a lot better with the Clippers than he did while he was with the Lakers.
He did.
So I mean,
his best years are behind him.
That signing, I'm all right with that. I have no issues with it. For the reason why he did it, yeah, we don't need to have that reason.
Well, next on the list, Harden opts out of his time. I can't remember what he opted out of. but
No, he didn't opt out. He opted in.
he opted in. My bad. Yes, opted in.
Yeah, he opted in, and now they're also talking about trading him. There's a surprise.
I know. Yeah, I mean that get back to the point of Russell Westbrook taking the pay. I think he took a pay cut to bring Harden in. Harden's from LA. I'm telling you, I think this guy's going to the Clippers.
No, they're trying to move him to New York.
I don't know, man. You think he's going to the Knicks?
I hope God fuck not.
Oh man, I don't know, man. I mean, think about it. Russell Westbrook take a pay cut. There's got to be a reason for that.
We already have one playoff choke artist. We don't need two.
Yeah, it's true. All right, well, the next one on the list, we got D'Angelo Russell. Lakers agreed to deal.
It's kind of expected. I mean, who else?
I was actually surprised.
I mean, who else was it going to get? Kyrie Irving re-signed with the Mavs.
True. I was just surprised that he re-signed with the Lakers. I mean, I know that he was pretty good in the Lakers, but to be honest, he kind of sucked in the playoffs.
Well, he was also coming back from injury too.
True. I mean, I don't know. I just wasn't expecting it. I guess I thought he was going to sign with somebody else. I don't know who, but I thought he was going to sign with somebody else.
I mean, the only other option would have been Fred VanVleet, and he went to Houston.
Yeah, he's on the list too. We'll get down to him. He's number 13.
Which puzzles the shit out of me on that one, but okay.
Oh, we'll get to that. Trust me. So number 8. I don't know how I feel about this one as a Knicks fan. Tony, you know what I'm talking about. Knicks agreed to deal with Dante DiVincenzo.
I'm okay with that one.
It's not terrible. It's not a bad start to free agency for the Knicks.
If a few things happen.
Yes.
One, you need to now officially move Evan Fournier.
I agree.
That's number one. Number 2, now you're going to have to, and I know people's going to say, well, you don't have to do, but in order to make this completely work, you're still going to have to move Randall.
Yes, absolutely.
Because Randall, when he's on the floor, he doesn't help space out the floor.
No, he doesn't. He's not a good playmaker.
He helps clogs it, and you don't need. I mean, you need floor spacing.
Yes, absolutely.
But other than that, I mean, I'm okay with it. I mean, apparently Josh Hart's been on a recruiting trip for the Knicks because there's another Villanova teammate that he's trying to get to come.
Yeah, it was the 3 guys that all played for Villanova are now in the Knicks. That's Josh Hart, Jalen Brunson, and Dante DiVincenzo.
And there's one more.
Oh, that's right. Who was the other guy? Damn! I just read it too today. Tony, look that up.
I forgot to write it down too.
See if you can find it on Google real quick.
Yeah,
that's gonna bother me. We gotta talk about that. Oh shit! What the hell was it?
Just go into the next topic, and when I get it, we'll just go back to it.
All right. So number 9, Dylan Brooks. Literally the mouth on this guy in the playoffs has agreed to a deal with the Rockets. I don't know. I find it funny, man. I really do. I don't know, man.
Yeah, Mr. Self-proclaimed bad boy.
Yeah. This guy's, oh my god. Dude, this guy's got such a mouth on him for being mediocre.
He is a joke.
He is.
I'm sorry.
He's a freaking clown.
I don't even know why anything we even sign him to begin with.
I know.
Because he's not going to do anything but just cause issues.
Dude, the guy's like a C+ player at best.
He's one of the most hated players in the NBA.
Yep.
So, I mean, there really is no point. I mean, I just don't understand why they would even entertain signing him. Makes no sense.
Yeah. Yep.
But, I mean, I guess somebody needs a Minnesota team somewhere.
Yeah. All right, number 10 on the list we already discussed was Obi Toppin of the Pacers, so we'll jump to number 11. also involving the Pacers. Tyrese Halliburton gets a max extension, and honestly, I gotta say, well deserved.
Yeah, I can't argue that one.
Nah, he's good, man. Like he impresses. He has impressed the last 2 years. Ever since his rookie year, this guy, he's excellent. He knows how to shoot. He knows how to defend. He does it all in the court. He's very, very good. Very good.
I believe he's one of the best two-way players.
Yep. I have nothing wrong to say about that signing. I think that was well deserved.
Neither do I.
Number 12. This involves the Grizzlies. Desmond Bain gets a max extension. I like that too. I do like that as well.
And it also helps that they signed Derrick Rose as well.
Absolutely, absolutely. Yep. Well, that's to keep John Morant in line.
Yeah, good luck with that.
Now, so my buddy sent me a picture, and it showed John Morant and Derrick Rose. It's like Guns N' Roses. Dude, I'm sorry. It's great. That's brilliant.
I got nothing for that one. That totally caught me off guard.
Dude, I saw that. I lost it. I lost it, dude. That's hilarious.
Okay. That was a good one, though.
Right? It's not bad. I didn't come up with it. That's a good one. All right, so number 13, we previously we kind of talked about a little bit before. Fred VanVleet to the Rockets, and this I was not expecting.
Yeah, I thought he would have went to a better team than Houston.
I'm not gonna lie though, I think Houston's set up nicely. They got some young talent in that team already.
Well, I don't know. I just feel like he could have went to a better team.
He definitely could have, absolutely. But is it good for the Rockets? Oh yeah, definitely 100%.
Well, yeah.
I mean, that's a great signing. A great signing.
I just don't like the signing.
Oh man, I don't like it either. I mean, Fred VanVleet couldn't win it with Toronto besides that one year when they had the claw. But other than that, now him going to Houston is, if Houston sucks again, he ain't winning shit.
Yeah.
Next up, number 14, we have Kyrie Irving staying with the Mavs.
Which I called.
Yeah, I figured that was coming too. I didn't see him going anywhere else. I honestly saw him re-signing because look, he signed a 3-year deal with the Mavs. Let's say he's probably going to play maybe 30 games out of those 3 years.
If that,
exactly.
It depends on if he goes back to his theory that the world is flat.
Don't even get me started.
I'm sorry.
Don't even get me started, man.
We've already had this conversation about Kyrie. We like him as a ball player, but as a human being, yeah. Okay, so number 15, we got Draymond Green, which is probably the best trash talker in this day and age of basketball, in my opinion, staying with the Warriors. I like that because honestly, I don't think if he would have went anywhere else, he wouldn't have been as effective as he is with Golden State.
Nah, man, he fits with Kerr's plan. He does. He just does.
Yeah, I just don't see him being able to fit in anywhere else.
Nah.
I mean, he could fit in, but I don't see him being as productive.
No, I don't either. He really bodes well with Klay Thompson and Steph Curry, the Splash Bros. He really does.
I mean, face it, even though those two are the two superstars on the team, he is the actual heart and soul of that team.
Absolutely. that I don't. I'm glad he re-signed with the Warriors. I like it because I like him on the Warriors. I do. Good fit.
Let's just hope we don't go around punching any more teammates out.
That's why Jordan Poole left.
More like that's why they got rid of him.
That's why they got rid of him. Yeah. Nah, see, Jordan Poole's like he left.
So yeah, he should be fine then. Yeah, like I said, I kind of expected that. I was like 90% sure he was going to resign.
Yeah. Yeah, so was I. I didn't doubt he was going. I didn't see him going anywhere else.
Yeah, neither did I.
So number 16, Bucks to re-sign Middleton. They're Giannis's guinea pig, and that's my take on him.
I thought he wasn't resigning. He changed his mind.
Oh yeah, he re-signed.
Oh.
Yeah, I when I was writing this stuff down, I went NBA free agency. I went on NBA.com and read the free agencies, and one of them was listed. It was Bucks to re-sign Middleton. Yeah, I'm surprised too. I didn't think he was going to re-sign, and then when I saw that on the list, I'm like, oh, okay.
I didn't either. I didn't think he was going to resign either.
No, I thought he was done in Milwaukee.
I mean, with them bringing him back, that does give him a better chance of reaching the finals again.
Yes. Oh, well, look, first of all, 2020 wasn't the last year Giannis is going to be in the finals. That's for damn sure. Giannis is going back.
Maybe you might think, Seth, they got a serious problem and don't know basketball.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. And here's the thing. In my honest opinion, this is a little off topic, but I honestly think Giannis is retiring with the Bucks. I think he's going to be a Bucks his whole career.
I can see that happening.
I really do. I think he's that type of player. He's kind of like Curry. Curry's never going to leave the Warriors. I know that for a fact. Well, no, he's got like a 10-year deal going or whatever. Curry's never leaving the Warriors. Giannis never leaving the Bucks.
So the only thing that will stop Giannis from reaching the finals again will be injuries.
Yes, absolutely. Absolutely. All right, number 17, we got Steph Curry to join the Mavs. This one I was not expecting and didn't even hear about it until I saw it on the website today.
Steph Curry?
No, Steph. His brother.
Yeah, Seth.
Yeah, that's what I said, Steph.
So he kept saying Steph.
Oh, no, I said Seth.
Seth Curry is basically turning into a journeyman shooter.
Yes.
I like the fact that he went back to Dallas.
Yeah.
It's gonna be interesting seeing him and Kyrie, and yeah, that's gonna be interesting.
I like the signing because Steph is not a bad shooter. He's actually really good.
No, he's
he
not.
may not. Yeah, no, he may not shoot as much as his brother Steph, but when he does shoot, 90% of the time it goes in. The guy's got a high shooting percentage from three.
I agree.
He's shooting like 45% in his career from three. That's excellent.
Yeah, I mean, he's not his brother, but I mean, who is?
Nobody is. First of all, look, we want to talk about that topic for a minute. Now, we had the GOAT of the 80s and 90s, and that was MJ. We had the GOAT of the early 2000s, that was Kobe.
Yep.
We had the GOAT of the 2010s, and I hate to say it, that was LeBron. Now, in this day and age, the era starting from.
I am not agreeing with that one.
No, who's the GOAT of 2010s then?
I'm not agreeing with that one.
All right. So I guess okay. Let me backtrack. 2010s starting because Curry was drafted in 2008. Starting from 2010 and on, Curry was the GOAT of this. Curry's still the GOAT of this era.
I'm gonna say for the 2010s, I'm gonna have to say Tim Duncan.
Oh, okay. All right. I can agree with that. I
mean, I'm sorry, all you LaFlop fans, but yeah, LaFlop wasn't the greatest player, and not even in his era time now.
But right now, the GOAT right now is Steph.
I agree.
Because Steph is also the greatest shooter of all time, and I don't think anyone is going to shoot as well as him ever. I mean, I just love watching Steph. He's my favorite player in the NBA right now, and I love watching him play. I'll tune into a Warriors game whenever I can. I just love watching him play.
Yeah, you're not gonna get an argument from me about that one.
No, I absolutely love Steph. Always have. I buy his shoes, everything. I love Steph.
Well, I ain't buying the shoes, but
Oh no, I buy his shoes. I actually plan on getting the Curry 2s. They're $150. I plan on buying them the 21st.
it's gonna be a hard pass on that one.
I'm getting a pair of Giannis's though. On I'm ordering them on Thursday. But so that was a little off topic. But number 18, we kind of discussed a little bit. D Rose signs with the Grizzlies. I am 100% not happy with this.
I mean, I would have loved to see him come back to New York for less money, but I mean, the powers that be didn't want. I don't know if they didn't want him there or
Tibbs didn't play him. Why even stay? Tibbs didn't play him.
Which I agree. That comes back to the issue that Tibbs, like I said on our last episode, Tibbs needs to go.
Absolutely. Absolutely. All right, well, that was it for the NBA free agencies. If you guys want to comment down below, if I missed any notable ones, we'll be sure to mention in the next episode, and we're definitely going to still be talking about NBA free agency next episode. I mean, the stuff's not over, but there's always the NBA free agency goes on for a little while, so we're definitely going to be talking about it next episode, but that's all that I have. So like I said, comment down below if you have any that I missed. I'll be sure to mention the next episode.
And just so people know, if you're going to comment for us to see them, you actually have to comment and be a part of our Facebook group page, Riverbox Sports. That's where you're gonna. That's where you see the comments coming from. If you comment on my personal profile page, I will not see them unless I open up my Facebook on my phone, which I already have stuff going from already.
Do you have commenting turned on YouTube?
I believe I do. Yes, I do.
Okay. So if you guys, anybody watching from YouTube right now, feel free to comment down below, and Tony will take a look at them after the episode.
So what's the next one?
All right. So number 2, NFL gambling ban and suspensions. Now I listed the 9. I believe I only counted 9. I went on NFL.com and I only saw 9, so I went with the 9 that were listed. There was 9. All right.
There's only 9.
Okay. All right. So I was right. Okay. NFL website was right. So I listed 9. I got them in order. I mean, not in any specific order, but you want me to list them, Tony?
Sure. Go ahead.
All right. So number 1, we have Rashad Berry from the Colts, and it's and I also wrote down how long he's suspended for. His suspension is indefinite.
Yep. I knew that was going to come.
Oh yeah, absolutely. I mean, look, I'm going to start off because we're talking about the betting and all the gambling and sports. Has none of these players learned from when Calvin Ridley was suspended for like the whole fucking year? How do you not learn that? I don't get that.
I don't either.
Like, you see, I'm sorry, but you see a guy who's easily was a top 10 wide receiver before he got suspended. He was suspended for the whole season. He didn't play a single game, not even preseason. And then you go out and do the same damn thing.
I don't understand that.
I don't get it. What are you, stupid?
That makes absolutely no sense to me whatsoever.
No, it really does. I don't understand it. I really don't. I'll never understand it. Anyways, number 2, we have Stanley Berryhill. I think I'm pronouncing that right. Plays for the Lions. His suspension is 6 games.
Okay. Yeah, that sounds about right.
Okay. All right. Yeah, I mean, I got it from NFL.com. I hope it's right. Yeah, I mean, I don't know most of these players. I know a couple of them, but I don't know most of them. I'm gonna say what I'm just gonna listen. I'm just gonna read what I wrote. Tony, you have anything to say about this guy? I mean, do you know who he is in the NFL?
Not really. I'm not a huge Lions fan, even though I live in Michigan.
Yeah.
Um, yeah, yeah, he's just his suspension, whatever it was for, it's probably for. Well, I think it was for PEDs. I think it was, wasn't it? Or
I
was
think
it?
so. Yeah.
No, I think no, it was for PEDs. Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
So yeah, that's
Number.
six games is about right.
Yep. Number 3, Quintez Cephas. Again, I don't know if I'm pronouncing this right. Plays for the Lions. His suspension indefinite.
Yeah, he was another gambling victim, idiot.
Yep.
I saw one of
He
idiot.
was another gambling. He was another gambling victim. Idiot.
Pretty much. I mean,
uh,
what more can we say? I mean, like you said earlier, if you haven't learned from Calvin Ridley's mistake with gambling and seeing how he lost a whole season without pay, mind you, he didn't get paid for the whole season.
yeah, that's what I mean. Without pay the whole year.
Why the fuck will you follow suit? And
That's what I'm saying. Like, what the hell?
that'd be like me ramming my head into a wall, splitting it wide open, and goes, that kind of felt good. Let me do that again.
First of all, what they're doing is the literal definition of insanity.
Yes.
Literal definition of insanity. I mean, come on. All right, well, number 4, we have CJ Moore again, the friggin' Lions. What are you all? Are you all? What the hell is the matter with all of you? No, you know what it is? It's monkey see, monkey do in that damn team.
Well,
His suspension indefinite.
we do have a lot of gambling spots up here in Michigan, so.
But seriously, it's monkey see, monkey do. It's the same damn team. We got 3 players already, and I'm not even done with the list.
I have no more. I have nothing else to say.
I don't understand it. All right, Nicholas Petit Frere. I don't know if I pronounced that right. Titans, 6 games.
Here's another PED.
Okay.
Which, I mean, you again, it's coming back to monkey see, monkey do.
Yeah.
You NFL idiots. You do realize they do drug tests for that shit?
Yeah, honestly.
Why do you think you're going to get away with it?
Look, Tony, I'm at a loss for words here. It's honestly, it's tiring. It really is.
It's beyond tiring. It's just frustrating.
It is.
And slap the shit out of them.
Honestly, man, I don't get it. I really don't. All right, number 6, Isaiah Rodgers, Colts, indefinite. So we had another stupid moron betting. It's never ending. It really is. Actually, it's ending. It's at 9. There's 9 of them, but still 9 idiots. And more. I'm telling you, there's going to be more.
Well, I'm sure there's going to be more.
Definition of insanity, fellas. Definition.
I mean, that's almost as bad as Josh Cribbs constantly being suspended for smoking weed.
Yeah. Oh, jeez. It hurts my head. All right, number 7, we got Demetrius Taylor. He right now is a free agent, but he is suspended indefinitely for. Can you guess, guys? Can you guess? Take a guess. You can't be wrong.
I'm gonna say speeding to the casino.
Yeah, I mean those would be more legit reasons.
What the fuck? I'm getting
all right.
Shit.
Number 8. I don't know how to say this guy's name. Shaka Tony. I don't know. Shaka Tony plays for my team. So cool. My team is a part of the morons in this list who wants to. Yes, you heard right. Indefinitely banned. Suspended from the NFL for. Can you guess? Betting.
Is anybody catching the theme here? Because apparently they're not.
Oh man! All right, all right.
Is that
Number
the last one
9.
on the list?
No, there's one more. And this one is what this player is well known. He's actually an offensive player, wide receiver. We know who it is.
If,
Jameson Williams of the
wait,
Lions.
wait. If it's a definite suspension, I don't want to hear it.
Now it's 6 games.
He was PED.
Yep,
I remember that one.
I remember that one too. I remember reading about it and putting it in my group chat that he was suspended, so that way no one would draft him.
So yeah, I mean, it is what it is. You know, monkey see, monkey do.
I feel all over you.
They're all drinking from the same juice, especially everybody else from the Detroit Lions.
Yeah.
Um, yeah.
All right, next topic on the list. My favorite one because the Beast is coming back. Carlos Rodon is making his Yankee debut July 7th against the Chicago Cubs. Boy, am I excited for this one, Tony. Let's go.
I'll let you have this one because this is your team.
I love it, baby. This guy was built. What's up, Tony?
I'll let you have this one because my team sucks.
Hey, my team's not any better, really. I mean, they are above 500 by 7 games, but it's not, or 8 games. But
just wait till we get down to the rumor mill for this one.
Yeah. But no.
Yeah.
About Carlos Rodon, man, this guy, I'm telling you, this guy's got the toughness about him. I'm telling you, he's built for the Bronx. He's built for it. I just have that feeling. He looks tough. He looks like he's built for the Bronx.
Yeah, but we have to see how he is in the actual game.
Yes, well, he did play. He had a game. He played for the Somerset Patriots. I'm trying to remember. I apologize for any misinformation, but I'm trying to remember what the stats were. I believe he pitched 7 2/3 scoreless innings. I think he had I think he struck out 7 and allowed 3 hits. I mean, yeah, granted it was against Double A, but still, that's a good start. That's a good sign. He didn't get wrecked. I'm hoping he plays good when he makes his debut against the Cubs. Cubs really not one of the best teams in the league. He should play okay. Obviously without Judge for us, that's hurting us. But bringing an ace pitcher, having an ace pitcher come back from injury to finally play for us might help us. It might honestly give the Yankees offense some confidence, some heart back into the team. Off the topic now. After this, really, really excited. Can't wait for Carlos Rodon to make his debut July 7th against the Cubs.
It'll be interesting.
Absolutely. I'm really looking forward to it. I really am. I love this guy when he played for San Fran. This guy's got a toughness about him, and I think it's a perfect fit for him in the Bronx.
So, we'll have to see.
Yeah, absolutely.
Because we've seen players who look like they're built for these major cities, all of a sudden, just crumble.
Yep. Wow, nice throw. Sorry, watch it. I got the Mets game on, and the catcher of the Mets just tossed out the guy running the third. Great throw.
Yeah.
No, your Mets guy did
it.
Yeah. All right, next topic. We have ESPN firings. Now, I'm upset about this one, man. I feel bad for 2 of these guys that I know of that got fired.
I have the list.
Yeah, what's the list? I know only of 2, honestly. And it's Jeff Van Gundy and Max Kellerman. I don't know about any others.
I got the entire list.
All right, name them off, Tony. What we got?
So as of right now, there's 15 people that Disney forced ESPN to lay off.
Holy shit.
And the reason is that Disney wants them to cut $10 million off of their payroll.
Wow. Damn.
So here's the following victims. Starting with the first person, Jeff Van Gundy, who's been with ESPN for
almost over 20 years.
Yeah, exactly.
And I really feel bad for him. I love Jeff Van Gundy. I've never had any problems with Jeff Van Gundy. I've always loved him.
Max Kellerman, who was
I could care less. I don't really like Kellerman. I think he's annoying.
he is, but I mean, he is their boxing analyst, and he does know a lot about boxing.
He does. I don't like him on First Take though. I think he's annoying. I don't know. I hate him on First Take.
I didn't care for him on First Take either.
Yeah, I don't like him on First Take.
Third was Jalen Rose.
Oh my God! That's news to me. Are you serious?
Yes.
Wow. Yeah. Wow.
Next was Keyshawn Johnson.
Oh, I heard about that one. Yeah.
Also Todd Mache.
Okay. Heard of the name.
Todd Mache usually was mostly he was a commentator.
Oh, okay. All right.
Matt Hasselback.
Okay.
Steve Young.
Mm-hmm.
Ashley Brewer.
Yep.
Susie Colbert. So the two longest anchors on ESPN were both fired. Or
wow.
as they want to say, laid off.
Yeah.
Susie Colbert was with ESPN for almost 30-something years.
Oh, my God.
Next on the list was Alfonso Ellis. He mostly called college basketball games. Radio personality host Jason Fitz. Writer June Lee. Another analyst, Jordan Cornette.
Mm-hmm.
Another analyst, David Pollitt. And reporter Nick Friedel.
Okay.
As of right now,
Nick Friedel, yeah.
Those are all the ones that was released. Well, let go. And then following that as well, when Vince Carter's contract is up, they will not be renewing Vince Carter's contract.
Okay.
His contract's up in either September or October.
Mm-hmm.
Kendrick Perkins survived. JJ Redick survived. Stephen A. Smith survived, which personally I don't see them getting rid of Stephen A. Smith because
he will never he won't be fired.
He's basically the face of ESPN right now.
Yep, he is. Look, I'm honestly a little peeved that not Max Kellerman, Kendrick Perkins wasn't fired. I can't stand the guy. Can't stand him.
Jalen Rose's ex-wife Molly Quinn survived.
Mm-hmm.
But like I said, from what I'm understanding, there's still more to come.
Yeah. Probably
within the next week or so. Like I said, Disney, because of basically all the lawsuits Disney has to suffer, and everything else, they're basically trying to recoup money back. So ESPN is the one that's bearing the brunt of it because they actually do have the highest payroll that's Disney paying out to.
Yep.
And as well as the most staff. So, I mean, where else are we going to get the cuts from? I mean, ABC is not that big.
Yeah.
I mean, basically half the people from ABC is from ESPN.
Well, ABC it's a decent size because they do broadcast the NBA Finals every year.
But again, everybody that works on ABC is coming from ESPN.
That's true, yeah.
So yeah, it's pretty rough.
I really do feel for Jeff Van Gundy. I could care less about Max Kellerman. I mean, it sucks he lost his job. You know, he was with ESPN for quite a while. Jeff Van Gundy, though, I mean, I've always liked Jeff Van Gundy. He great announcer, great commentator. I mean, he's always been a good analyst. He knows what he's talking about every year in and year out. I mean, I do feel bad for him, but here's the thing, you know, podcasts are the new thing.
Yes.
And that's, I think, another reason. That's part of it, I think, in my opinion, with the firings. Part of it was, you know, podcasts is the new thing.
Well, if you didn't notice, majority of the people that pretty much had their job saved
we're on podcasts.
Yes, they're all podcasts.
Yep. Yep, I know. Yeah, Max Kellerman was a part of a podcast, and so was Keyshawn J. Will and Zubin. They had a podcast.
Not anymore.
Not anymore. No, because Max Kellerman, because I remember when I worked at Target overnight, I would listen to podcasts because all my job was to unload trucks, and I'd listen to podcasts all night on my phone, and I would listen to either First Take podcast. I mean, they made that into a podcast. That was originally a show, but
Yeah.
um, the podcasts I listened to, some of them had Max Kellerman as a guest. They had, they had Max Kellerman as a guest. So there you go. And they had Keyshawn. Keyshawn had his own podcast that I would listen to. So there you go. I mean, some of it has to do with podcast, being the new thing, unfortunately.
So, yep, that's pretty much it for right now for the layoffs at ESPN.
Yep.
Like I said, supposedly there's supposed to be a total of 20 people laid off. So at least maybe 5 more. Who knows? Disney might say, okay, what you did is fine. Um, if they're like a million over what they're supposed to get down to, I don't think
Yep.
Disney's going to, cry too much about an extra million being paid out.
Yeah.
But then again, it is Disney, so you never fucking know.
Yeah. Well, look, I know he doesn't do podcasts. This certain person I'm about to mention. As long as Mike Green doesn't get fired, be good.
Who, Greeny?
No, Mike Green.
Oh, Green?
I love Mike Green. I'm still happy that him and Wolf Frazier are the main commentators for the Knicks games in the regular season because I love him.
Well, yeah, we'll have to see what goes down after that.
Bang! Puts it in! That's good! He's awesome, man. He's awesome. This guy makes it exciting. Blocked by James!
What's next on our list?
All right, we got number 4, WWE Money in the Bank. Tony, this one's you, my friend. I don't watch wrestling, haven't for years. Floor's yours, buddy.
Okay, so for those of you who, I don't know if those of you seen Money in the Bank yesterday, it was aired at 3 o'clock from London. Personally, I felt this was up to date, the best pay-per-view that they've put out this year. It started off with the men's Money in the Bank ladder match. The participants, for those who don't know, was Ricochet, the Human Highlight Reel, Shinsuke Nakamura, Damian Priest, media sensation Logan Paul. I'll discuss what happened to him in a little bit. LA Knight, and I forgot was another member, one of Ray's members from the LWO. That was the first match of the night. That was non-stop exciting. The match started off when every single wrestler was in the ring. All jumped Logan Paul.
Wow.
Yes, they jumped.
I hate Logan Paul, so that's funny.
So at the beginning of the match, they jumped him, kicked him out the ring, and then they went at it. There was some insane moments, like Ricochet doing a 450 onto a ladder, Logan Paul doing a splash onto a ladder, and then Ricochet grabbing Logan Paul from literally off of the ropes with the 450 into 2 tables.
Wow.
Damian Priest ended up winning the match. He became Mr. Senior Money in the Bank, as he wants to be called. So, I mean, if I had to get that a rating of from 1 to 5, that match was easily a 4. Only because it would have been a 5 if Logan Paul wasn't in the damn thing. The next match after that was, I believe, was the Intercontinental title match, which was between Matt Riddle and Gunther. Even though Riddle was basically hobbled with a bad ankle, He gave it his all. There was times that during the match that he actually looked like he was going to win, but Gunther being sneaky, used his injured ankle to make him tap out. He basically put him in an ankle lock before that, but he started slapping on his ankle like it was a damn drum. Um, then the next after that was then there was a women's tag team title match: Shayna Baszler and Ronda Rousey versus Raquel Rodriguez and Liv Morgan. This kind of took everybody by surprise for the simple fact that there was a betrayal that happened during the match. And that betrayal was Shayna Baszler turning on Ronda Rousey, causing
Wow.
them to lose the WWE Women's Tag Team titles. I kind of seen that coming the moment when Shayna Baszler had Liv Morgan in her submission hold, and then Ronda Rousey took it upon herself to interject, get in the ring, and put the ankle lock on Liv Morgan. And Raquel Rodriguez, basically pushed Ronda into Shayna Baszler, causing her to break the hold. And then at one point towards the end of the match, Ronda Rousey decided to tag herself in, while Shayna Baszler still had basically control of the match. At that point, that's when Shayna Baszler snapped. It was kind of fun to watch. I'm not gonna lie. I had a big old smile on my face because it was about time that the real Shayna Baszler actually showed up. The next one I really wasn't a huge fan of. I know why the crowd was into it. Was the Cody Rhodes versus Dominic Mysterio match.
That's Rey Mysterio's son, right?
Yes.
Okay.
This match was really pointless due to the fact that, there was bare minimum build-up. I guess they just wanted to somehow see how Dom he right now is the most hated wrestler in wrestling right now. Every time he tries to talk, he gets booed out the arena, which is interesting and fun to watch. Cody Rhodes is the beloved son of Dusty Rhodes, so he's, basically the mega baby face, and it was pretty much a disappointing match. Cody did end up winning the match, but like I said, it was kind of pointless. Oh, did another thing I did forget during the Gunther and Riddle match. At the end of the match, there was a return by the Scottish psychopath Drew McIntyre. He did return and he challenged Gunther. So that's going to probably be taking place at the next pay-per-view, which I believe is SummerSlam, which is going to be here in Detroit. Then everything was going fine until John Cena had to come out. Those who know me knows I can't stand John Cena, but he basically
He's a terrible actor.
Yeah, that too. I will refuse to watch anything. He basically came out to pander to the crowd to hype up the fact that there's a possibility that WrestleMania might eventually be in London.
Wow, nice. Yeah, a lot of sports stuff is going to London. You got baseball, football, you got them all doing it.
And then the next new Miz came out, Grayson Waller, who's an Australian wrestler. He's trying to get them to move into Australia instead of London. And it ended with Waller trying to attack John Cena, and then John Cena doing his ridiculous AA maneuver. Yeah, it was. Yeah, that was the downside of the whole damn show. Was seeing him. After that, you had the women's Money in the Bank ladder match, which seemed some form of betrayal Kind of. I mean, basically towards the end, it came down to Becky Lynch, Bailey, and Io Sky. Now, Becky Lynch had a pair of handcuffs on her because Trish and her protege tried to handcuff Becky Lynch to the ring post so she would be out of the Money in the Bank competition. That backfired on her. Bailey and Becky tried to get her to go up on the ladder at the same time on opposite sides. And Io, who they call the genius of the sky, handcuffed them two together in between the rungs. So they couldn't
Wow.
climb anymore. And Io Sky climbed on top of Bailey and climbed over her to grab the Money in the Bank. And she became Miss Money in the Bank. So that was, I mean, that Money in the Bank, I actually have to give it a 4.5. There were some insane, crazy spots in that where it looks like certain wrestlers wasn't going to get up after that. It was just they're actually showing the females love and having giving them major matches to be a part of. The next
Okay.
match, was for the new World Heavyweight Championship. Seth Rollins versus Finn Balor. That match was supposed to have been Finn Balor's redemption match from 7 years ago when Seth Rollins injured him and caused him to have to forfeit the Universal title. There was another swerve in that one where it looks like another betrayal was happening, where Damian Priest, who was won the men's Money in the Bank earlier, came down. Everybody thought he was going to cash his cash it in. At the end, he basically ultimately caused Finn Balor to lose the match. And Seth retained. That match I will give a 4. But the match of the night was the Bloodline Civil War match. Roman Reigns and Solo Sikoa versus the Usos.
Oh, I was watching this on my dad's TV when I was at their house. Tell me Roman Reigns won.
No.
Really?
The Usos won that match, and for the first time in 3 years, Roman Reigns had his shoulders pinned to the mat.
Wow.
And the funny thing about this is the first time when Roman Reigns was in the WWE as a member of the Shield, the first time he got pinned was by Jey Uso off of the same exact move. Frog splash from they call it the Uso splash from the top rope. Once again, that's how Roman Reigns was pinned yesterday. Was from the Uso splash by Jey Uso off of the top rope after being picked in the face about 14,000 times. It was one of the best storyline matches ever put on by WWE. That match, it was a 5 out of 5 easily. It showed Roman Reigns' vulnerability, that he can be beaten, that he is vulnerable. It shows Solo Sikoa, who was the younger brother of the Usos. He's 8 years younger. It actually showed his dominance and how he's supposedly might be the next tribal chief, according to how the Usos want to run it. Overall, I have to give the show a 4.5. Even though we did have to deal with John Cena, but yeah, I mean that was the best pay-per-view that they had put on all year long up to date. I was very impressed. So yeah, that's pretty much all I have for that one. I just couldn't. I had to bring that up because that was just one of the best shows I've ever seen that they put on.
Okay. All right. Yeah, like I said, I don't know much about wrestling, so I'll let Tony have the floor on that one.
What's next on the list?
All right, next one we have is number 5, more Madden NFL 24 news.
So, did you watch that video I sent you?
Oh, no, I haven't gotten around to it.
Okay, so for all you Madden fans, I found out more updates that has been put into the Madden system, especially for a franchise. Um, they expanded the trade slots from 3 to 6, so you now have 6 trading slots to offer a team now. They also made it where now you could go up to 3 years out for draft picks.
Okay.
So right now, let's say you have 24. When you get it, you could trade your 2024 pick, 25 pick, and 26 pick.
Nice.
Um, they've also updated their free agency more than what they did now.
Okay.
Um, as far as dealing with draft picks, now they actually including the 5th year option for first round draft picks. So if you get a first round draft pick, that you drafted, you could include the 5th year option, which has to be decided if you're going to pick up by the end of season 3 or beginning of season 4.
Okay.
Um, they also now put the mini camps, the mini drills that they was going to do for off season, also as part of the regular season. So basically, if you have a player, you get 3 focus plays that you can focus, um, basically upgrading. You can put them through your mini drill camps during the regular season, and it will help upgrade them faster, as well as having multiple mentors at that position on the team, as well as the right offensive or defensive coordinator.
Nice.
They also, like I said, some of the um, running backs they fixed as far as the run game, where you could put together more moves. It looks more fluent. It's not as janky as it is now. Also, when you relocate, you used to do relocation. You know how you used to have to wait for that full year before you can actually for the relocation to be done.
Mm,
That's done.
nice.
You can start your relocation the minute you relocate.
Nice.
So yeah, you no longer have to wait for that year.
Awesome.
That's pretty much it for the updates of Madden for now.
Okay.
Um, for those of you who want to see the gameplay and stuff, I suggest checking out his name is Eric Rayweather. He's a YouTuber. He's really huge with Madden. He's pretty much accurate as far as everything that's coming out from with Madden. So yeah, that's all I have about that one right now.
All right. I think we got one more on the list, Tony.
What we got left?
MLB possible trades.
Oh, the rumor mill.
The rumor mill. Yeah, I mean, I was looking at while you were talking about Money in the Bank. I was looking online on on the internet on my TV about possible trades. I couldn't find anything, but I have heard about a couple. I know one of them was Shane Bieber possibly being traded. We don't know exactly where yet. The Yankees were a target. The Giants were a target. I believe the Red Sox were a target. I know there's another one, Alex Verdugo possibly being traded from the Red Sox. Like I said, there's not many going around right now. Tony, I don't know if you have any that caught your eye or.
Yeah, there's 2, possibly 3 that has caught my eye involving my sorry ass team, the Mets. Apparently, they're considering trading Justin Verlander,
You know what? I did see that.
and there's a possibility that Matt Scherzer might be traded to the Braves,
Okay.
which kind of irritates me because the reason why they're saying he wants to be traded because he wants to play for a winner, but he has to realize that he was brought to New York to help win, and him along as the rest of the pitching staff is the reason why the team isn't winning.
Yeah.
So I mean, there's been a lot of analysts and commentators that has basically and beat writers that have basically been just ripping Matt Scherzer apart. There was also a rumor that there's a possibility that Pete Alonso might be traded.
Oh my God! Wow, I didn't hear about that one. Wow.
Like I said, that's just part of this. Just a rumor. I don't think they're going to trade him. That'd be really stupid.
I
Um,
don't think he'll be traded.
but yeah, that's all I have for as far as the rumor goes. This was my thing. Um, the trading deadline is not until sometime in I believe it's after. I know it's after the All Star game. I think it's the last week of July.
I think so. I think I saw one though. I don't think there was any involving my team, and I'm trying to remember. I saw one. Who was it? Possibly the Luis Castillo being traded for away from the Mariners. I saw that one. As far as the Yankees go, I know there was no. I don't believe there was anybody on anybody's radar from the Yankees.
I don't think there was either.
Nah.
I tried looking up earlier for possible trades, and there really wasn't too many.
Nah, there's not. There's gonna be. I think it's gonna be a quiet free agency. I mean, not free agency, but might be a quiet trade deadline for baseball this year.
I think they're gonna wait till like the last 24 hours, and you start seeing the influx of trades out of nowhere.
That's just gonna happen in I think the NBA too.
Yeah. Well, let's see. I do have something right now.
Okay.
If it pulls up. So the trading deadline is August 1st.
Yep.
Now they're saying there's a possibility that Shohani Atani, there's a possibility that he could be traded, just for the simple fact that they don't see him returning back to the Angels anyway.
I honestly see him going back to the Angels if the Angels make the playoffs this year.
I don't either.
Yeah.
Basically, they're saying the four teams that could be involved.
Okay. Sorry. Go ahead, Tony. I got breaking news, and you're done.
Okay, the four teams that could be involved would be the Mets, Padres, Cardinals, and Mariners.
Okay. All right. Yeah. I got breaking news. I just got something from the Knicks, from Bleacher Report. Yeah, it says New York Knicks not pursuing Dame or Harden.
Which will make sense.
It makes sense. Am I disappointed? I mean, absolutely. Am I surprised? No, it's the fucking Knicks.
Basically.
I mean, I'm not surprised. I'm really not. I mean, it sucks that, we're not going after the big names, but we literally never do, so.
Yeah, I'm definitely never surprised with stuff like that. Especially when it involves the Knicks.
Yeah. Yeah, it says right here, Knicks aren't aggressively pursuing stars and seem likely to keep last season's roster intact.
Well, I mean, I don't want them to keep last season's roster intact, but
Oh, excuse me.
I think there's going to be moves. They're going to end up making moves because, like I said, they're going to keep Randall.
Just not big moves.
They need to get rid of Randall.
Yeah. Tony, I mean, I think that's all we got for this week. You got anything else before we close it up?
Not that I could think of right now.
I mean, that's the last breaking news thing I got. I literally just got the notification about 30 seconds ago. So, bearing anything that I get before we chop up here, that's about it, guys. We want to thank you for your support for the channel. Make sure you like, comment, share, subscribe, anything you could do to get our channel, keep going. So, Tony, anything else you got to say? Anything else you want to say?
Just like I said, just subscribe. If you need the link to the channel, just shoot me a message. I'm more than happy to send it to you. Or just go on my profile and click on the video. Well, the post I posted before we had the live video, which also has a link to it. I believe we have the link for my channel also in our Facebook group.
Yes, we do.
So yeah, like anything, just like, subscribe, help us get our views up. We're trying to get to 1,000 subscribers to start with, and then maybe after that, maybe once we get hit 1,000 subscribers, maybe me and Owen might consider, doing something for like 2,000 for a 2,000 subscribers, like maybe a free shirt or a hat or something.
Yeah, I mean, we could do anything to get this channel going. I mean, if we can get to 1,000 and then maybe 2,000, we'll just try to do something for the fans to let you know, we appreciate you, we care, and then we again, we also appreciate that you subscribe, that you listen to us. You got to listen to our pain in the asses. I mean, we appreciate all the positivity you want to bring towards our channel.
Yep, that's pretty much all I got for the night.
Same here. That's about it.
So for Big Time Tony and Old Dog Owens, thank you for watching. We love you guys. Enjoy the rest of your night.